What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today in this video we're going to talk about 9 mega cap stocks in this video. But before we get started, please hit that thumbs up button. That is greatly appreciated and that really helps out with YouTube algorithm. And if you want to support the channel and get my daily trade ideas, my swing trade ideas, 3 days of live trading in my Discord, definitely check out the Patreon. I'll leave a link down below in the description. And if you are new to this channel, consider subscribing. And now let's get right into it, guys. On Apple stock, it's up 0.74%, and Apple again rallying all the way up to almost 177 and getting rejected, and then coming down and holding right on top of this blue line 5 SMA, sitting close to 176 into closing. So this is going to be a key level to watch tomorrow around 176. And if that gives up, just like today, we might be retesting 173 to 174 on Apple. Now, even today, getting up to 177 and not getting that breakout. So this is going to be a critical level to watch on Apple to the upside. Apple needs to break 177, and only if that happens, you're going to see 180 to even the gap on top, 181.47 on Apple stock. Now, Apple gets rejected from here and the market sells off. You're going to see Apple stock down here around 173 and below that all the way down to 170, and then the gap below right here around 167. Also, if you look at this volume right here, guys, I mean, look at this. This is going to be a big resistance to break right here around 177. So Apple can clear 177, then definitely it's going to fill this gap all the way up to 181.47. On AMD, it's up 1.23%, and AMD did exactly what I was thinking here on AMD, cutting and going slightly under this trend line and then going back up again. I mean, look at this move right here, trapping a lot of, innocent bears right here. Like, I mean, who would be shorting right here, guys? I mean, that is like insane. Who would be shorting anything right here below this lower Bollinger Band and selling off for multiple days? So AMD trapping, baby bears again and going back up all the way up to 97.38. So if you want to short something, you want to wait for a nice bounce or something that is extremely overbought. You do not short something like this. I mean, it was kind of holding and the daily low was actually broken today from last 2 days. And now look at this move right here, guys. I mean, this thing cutting slightly under this trend line and then going right back up, almost up to 97.50, and now trading above 97.50. So on AMD, this is going to be your key level to watch around $95. Now if that gives up, the next support 89, and also AMD can hold bottom of the channel, this trend line, then watch out for a move all the way up to 98.33 right here, blue line 5-day moving average right here, and above that watch out for the gap 100.28, and then more upside if AMD can hold 100 as a support up to 102.55 to even white line 20 SMA 104.17. Until then, I would not be shorting AMD for a small move down to $89 right here. Definitely, this is more of a dip buying opportunity than going short right here on AMD. And here's my X account, and if you're on there, definitely give me a follow because I do post a lot of things like my videos, daily, weekly expected moves, my charts, my setups, and some of my plays like from today, this one, Tesla. And also, this is the easiest way you can get in touch with me right here on X. On Nvidia stock, it's up 1.47%. So as expected, Nvidia rallying today and actually closing above 420. I mean, it was struggling all day. And if you look at it, guys, exactly 425 got rejected and then came down under 420. But at the end, some volume came in and Nvidia actually got that push above 420. We also have resistance around 421, and now it's trading above 420 and 421. Now Nvidia can move at least up to, I would say, 430 to 431 on this daily chart to retest this trend line right here on top. We also have resistance above 430, and that is at I would say 440 and then 452.47 and then 460. Now Nvidia, if this is a dead cat bounce, definitely you're going to see maybe a little bit more upside up to 430, and then at rejection will bring Nvidia down back to 420, or tomorrow somehow we get a gap down, this thing gets under 420, the next stop 400, and then the gap below 395 on Nvidia. On Microsoft, slightly up on the day, 0.17%, nothing big, but once again finding buyers at 316, and I was able to actually hold 316 as a support into closing. So this is gonna be a key level to watch tomorrow, guys. Now 316 gives up, the next stop right here around 310.50. Now Microsoft can hold, and so far it's holding right here at 316. You're going to see a counter trend rally back up to at least 320 to 321 right here to retest this negative sloping 5-day moving average right here close to 321, and that's gonna be a resistance to break once we get up here. Above 321, you're going to see a quick trip all the way up to 328.76 to even 330 on Microsoft. Below 316, watch out for a move down to 310.50 and then flat 300. On Amazon stock, it's up 1.67%, and just like I was expecting a bounce off of this Bollinger Band, we got one today. And Amazon looks like, I mean, it's not a big bounce where I would be really bullish about Amazon going up and filling this gap, but also I cannot ignore the fact that Amazon's still holding this Bollinger Band and it's not coming down at this moment. So tomorrow, guys, you want to see Amazon actually above 132.53. 5-day moving average right here, blue line, and above that, a quick trip up to this gap, 135.20. Now also, Amazon breaks below 128. You're going to see a flush down to 126, and then all the way down here, we got no support just in between 126. This thing will land all the way down to 118 at some point. But as of right now, I mean, it's holding, so I would say there is a chance, and there is a slim chance of closing this gap at 135.20, and that could be coming early as tomorrow if Amazon can actually break 5-day moving average right here, 132.53. On Google stock, it's up 0.70%, and Google also getting that bounce. It was getting really oversold right here, hitting lower Bollinger Band multiple times and getting that bounce off of the support exactly 130. So the next stop above 130, and looks like it's holding 131.53, red line, 50-day moving average right here. So between 130 to 131.53, we have strong support on Google. And above this level, Google can go all the way up to right here, 5-day moving average right here, 133.64, and then the gap above just below 135. And I think there is going to be a huge rejection from here on Google, and this thing will come down at some point, maybe next week, to fill this gap all the way down here at 123, unless we go back in here inside this channel, this uptrend, then Google stock heading higher all the way back up to 140. On Tesla stock, it's up 0.86%, and Tesla was amazing today, getting this dip, and if you look at my screen, exactly down to the support, cutting slightly under the support 240 to 241, and almost touching lower Bollinger Band on this daily chart as a support. And then we saw that bounce, and I think I got in at 240 here on Tesla, or slightly above 240, 250 calls and almost going in the money. Sold for a nice profit, and now Tesla trading at 247. So Tesla here, guys, we saw that pullback, and now look at this candle. There were a lot more buyers of this dip than sellers, and now I think Tesla can hold above 240 to 241. You're going to see a quick trip all the way up to 252, possibly up to 255, 256, and then the gap above 262. Tesla breaks below 240. Watch out for the support down here, 236.67 right here, lower Bollinger Band on this daily chart, and then Tesla stays under 240 to 241. You're going to see continuation to the downside, possibly down to this gap 217.58, but it's way too far right now to call for this gap fill right here on bottom here on Tesla. On Meta, it's up 0.59%, and Meta taking a trade at 295. And this one also paid today 300 calls going in the money, but sold just before 300 because we have a strong resistance at 300, and it was just a day trade. Now on Meta, if you look at my screen, just before closing almost at 301 and now trading at 301. So Meta, definitely there could be some more upside back up to 305 and possibly up to even 310 on Meta to retest upper Bollinger Band. And also Meta breaks below 300. Now it's not going to crash and go down to 276 right away because we got this Bollinger Band sitting above 290. So even on a strong pullback, Meta below 300 will stop right here around 290, and only if that gives up and there is a big event coming in this market, then watch out for a move all the way down to 276. Above 300, you're going to see 305 and then 310 on Meta. So Netflix slightly up on the day, finally getting a relief rally, but not breaking above negative sloping 5-day moving average right here, blue line 386.25. So only if that happens tomorrow, Netflix can break above 386.25. The next stop definitely close to 400, and that's gonna be a resistance to watch on Netflix, and that's gonna be a massive breakout. Finally, if this thing can actually break above blue line right here, 5-day moving average on Netflix. So far, it's getting rejected multiple times. I mean, look at this, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, and even today, getting up to 386.62, but it was not able to actually break blue line right here. And now it's sitting right under 386.25 at the closing. So, I hope there is a gap up here on Netflix. Then this thing should go all the way up to 400. Until this thing gets that breakout, if this thing actually gets that rejection right here again, just like we did last 3-4 times, and Netflix coming all the way back down to 376 and then 368 all the way down to this gap 341.38. So watch out here on this one. There could be a breakout, but knowing that you're catching a falling knife, you got to be careful buying and holding Netflix, especially right here. If this support gives up and Netflix cannot break 386, definitely there's going to be a lot more downside on Netflix. And that's all I have for you guys in this video. Thank you so much for watching.